night in the NBA. And I want to say the first thing that we can take away from last night is the fact that Joel Embiid is the MVP.
Okay, thank you. There we go. We're back. We're so back. Feels good.
It's impressive what he's doing, and I completely understand the argument for Jokic. I just think at this point, two-way player, like I understand Jokic is arguably, the team's better record, all that stuff, but I think Embiid's team isn't as good as the Nuggets in terms of on paper. Like, I just think Joel more of the MVP this season. What's your reasoning for him to be MVP?
Well, he's the best player. I think he's having a phenomenal year. I think Philly has a good team, but I think without Joel, they wouldn't be nearly as good. And what's crazy is now they have the same record. I think Denver has one less loss than Philly, but they have the same amount of wins. So now, like, they both have 46 wins, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 46 wins. So it just kind of goes to show you, even like Cleveland behind Philly has 44. Denver's got 46. I don't really think Jokic is done. They were on a crazy pace, but that was like months ago. So I'm going Joel, Giannis, Jokic. However, there still is plenty of time left. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Giannis, but you saw it right out of the gate last night. I called Joel dropping 55. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Mobley definitely picked up the slack, but no Jared Allen. It was just an abuse fest. You can't guard him because he can score on you so many different ways. He'll take that three. He can orchestrate. He's a good passer. He's gonna find the cutter. He's going to get offensive putbacks when guys like Tyrese Maxey push the pace, and Mobley, he draws Mobley in for the block. He's so good. This is a different Philly team than years past. I don't know if they're going to win the NBA Finals. Last night Cleveland came back. Joel almost fouled out. You're muted.
So Joel Embiid, yeah, it was the 4-minute marker, 4:15. They said that he had fouled out, and it got reviewed and he wasn't. But yeah, I think this is a phenomenal team. I just think James Harden, on paper, the Nuggets are a better team than the Sixers. James Harden's reinvented his game. James Harden isn't this ISO drive guy anymore. He's actually creating for other people. He's finding his spots. I really like what James Harden's doing. But yeah, I think Joel Embiid right here is the MVP. What he's able to do offensively, what he's able to do as a big defensively as well, and just not getting exposed and being able to have an impact for this team, I just think is something that's underrated,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Giannis is in the race. I think Giannis might win Defensive Player of the Year. It's Jaren Jackson Jr. Yeah, I think it's either Jokic or Embiid. I just don't see Giannis in it.
I don't know how you. I bet you that odds makers have Giannis as MVP right now.
You want to look? Let's look.
Yeah, let's look.
MVP.
Who do you think's four?
I like Tatum.
Yeah.
He was the guy for most of the season, but he fell off. And then I would say 5 is Doncic. Right? But okay, Vegas.
I don't think so. They're below 500 now.
We do Vegas Insider usually, right?
Yeah.
That's what we typically do for our. I just try to use the same sites for everything, so we usually get. Okay, so you're right, Joel. Then it's Jokic, then it's Tatum, then it's Antetokounmpo, then Tatum, then Doncic. So yeah.
Wow, and Shay's in 6. Wow.
Well, 6 is tied. Oh wait, 5.
All those players.
Yeah. I guess 6 is tied because as soon as you get to Doncic is plus 1,500 or 15,000. Tatum plus 6,000. Giannis plus 300. Jokic plus 160. Embiid 175. So right now, Embiid is the MVP.
I love
So
it.
that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, it is. Good for him.
These averages are absurd. And the thing is if he plays every game for the rest of the season, he'll match a career high, which he set last year of 68 games played. Because he's right now at 55, and I think it's 69. There's either 13 or 14 games left in the season for them. He either gets to 68 or 69 games if he plays every game of the season. And he's averaging a career high in minutes.
Very cool. Yeah, 54 from the field. This is the best player on one of the best teams. They are in the East. They're just 4 games out of Milwaukee. Milwaukee's already at 50 wins. It's crazy. Milwaukee, I remember tweeting that. I'll have to find out. I might have deleted it. I remember tweeting the Milwaukee Bucks will win 60 games. Saved this tweet like months ago, and they're going to win 60 games.
I don't understand. I know. No, I agree. I completely agree. I just got thrown off by March Madness because it starts at 11 today.
Yeah.
And I thought March Madness started at night on Thursday and Friday. There were night days, and then the old day games started on Saturday.
What the hell?
I don't know why.
Today and tomorrow are really. This weekend's really the only time I like watching. That I get excited for March Madness because there's just always a game on from for me it's noon. So from noon to probably 2 a.m. there will be basketball on, college basketball on.
Yeah, from 11 to...
For the next 2 days.
For 11 there'll be basketball on for me. Fuck. That just means when I get home, I'm just going to have to hop on the computer. Because I make NBA draft prospect videos during March Madness because a bunch of players start like Cameron Kurtwig is like one of my most popular videos of all time. And I made that video after he balled out in the first game. So there's like certain players, if you follow, you can make a video and get like 5,000 views within an hour.
Cameron Kurtwig, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Do you remember Clayton? Do you make one on Clayton Custer any chance?
No. Another example, Peter Kiss last year.
On who?
Peter Kiss.
On Loyola?
No, he was on Bryant last year. He was 26 years old, and he led the nation in scoring.
Thomas Bryant?
Peter Kiss for Bryant.
Kobe Bryant?
You're the worst.
What's he up to these days?
I think Peter Kiss is playing in Europe. Let me see. Peter Kiss. Wiki.
He's taking the Pat Bev route.
He's playing in Mexico.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, he plays.
You don't hear that much.
Yeah, he went to Quinnipiac, then Rutgers, then Bryant.